Confident men never do this with women. Number one, they do not beg. So if they ask a girl out and it is not 100% yes, a hell yes, they are out. They're not going to waste their time chasing her, begging for her attention because they have plenty of options. But nice guys and desperate guys will keep looking for signs. They will continue to text her even if she flakes. They will continue to ask her out even if she says, this week isn't good for me. They don't want to give up and they just keep on begging. The reason you keep begging is because you don't think you're good enough, that you don't have high enough value to earn or respect of a girl of this nature. You need to change the way you see yourself and realize that you are a high value man and you should never be begging a girl for her attention. So what do you do so you don't beg? Well, if you ask a girl out and she doesn't say yes, or yeah, that sounds good, or anything but yes, you need to move on. If a girl says, hey, this week doesn't look good for me, and just ends it like there, don't be like, okay, what about next week or the week after, or I'm free Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You just look extremely desperate and simpy. But instead, she needs to make effort. So if you ask her, hey, does Wednesday and Thursday work to hang out? And she's like, oh, nothing works, sorry, or that doesn't work for me, move on. But if she says, no, Wednesday and Thursday don't work for me, but Friday does, would that work for you? That's her making an effort. Or if a girl flakes on a date and texts you right before the date and says, hey, sorry, something came up, instead of texting her being like, oh, no worries, it's fine, like, how about next week? Are you available then? That's desperate. You're begging for her attention. Instead, what you do is you say, hey, no worries, let me know when you're free. The ball is in her court. If she wants to get back to you and make plans, great. If not, you will not beg. You are moving on.
A lot of these modern women don't want to communicate effectively. They just don't. They'll be sure to tell their friends when they want to make up a date, when they want to go to brunch. Nothing is ever hidden. They share their schedules. They share their location. They share their clothes. They share everything with their friends. But and they don't really be spending money on each other like that. But when it comes to a man who's going to be spending upwards of $300, $400, $500 on you the first freaking time he sees you, all of a sudden, I really don't like to communicate like that. It's weird because the rules of engagement change completely. I hesitate to say fake, but modern women, something in their brain clicks when they're going towards a relationship and they just quit acting like a normal human being.
This shows that you're confident, you have self-respect, and it's probably gonna make her more likely to come back because she's not used to guys doing this. I know it's really simple stuff, guys, but if you're not doing this, you're never gonna have respect for yourself and you're always going to look like a simp to a girl. Number two, allowing a girl to get away with a shit test. We all know what that is. It's when a girl tests us to see how we're gonna respond. So a simple shit test could be, I'm not gonna sleep with you tonight, right? She's looking to see how you respond. And most non-confident guys would be like, oh no, I'm so sorry, I would never, I don't want you to get that impression, I'm not that type of guy. That doesn't look good. What you wanna do is either dismiss it or you wanna make a joke out of it, because this shows that you're confident, that you're not gonna put up with her bullshit, and you're going to be like, hey, let's move this conversation forward. For example, if she says,
I'm not gonna sleep with you tonight, right?
You could say something like, no worries, I'm saving myself for marriage. That's an easy joke and you can keep the conversation going. Or another example is if a girl shows up 15, 20 minutes late to the date. Most guys would not want to say anything. They don't want to rock the boat because they're just getting to know her. But a confident guy would actually set a boundary here and say, hey, you're 15, 20 minutes late to this date. It's fine, but moving forward, I'd appreciate it if you would show up on time so we're not wasting each other's time.
And I know this is something that probably feels like, I don't really want to say that like she said, but you have stuff that you're trying to do. You could have been at the house working that much more on what you want to do, your business, or maybe your job, right? Maybe you got a 9-to-5. You could have been working on that. Modern women always want you to respect their time. But they wanted to, well, it was just 5 minutes. Oh, it was just 10 minutes. Oh man, traffic, it was just 15, 20 minutes. How bad is it? No, we're going to respect each other. Modern women make a career out of getting away with stuff. Time, money, energy, effort, drinks, food, you name it. Whatever I can get from the man without giving anything up, that's what I plan on doing.
And lastly, another example is if you are hanging out with a girl and she's talking about other guys she's seeing instead of being like, oh, that's cool, or oh, I didn't know you were talking to other guys, or feeling really awkward. Instead, you want to completely dismiss it and change the subject. She's going to get the hint that you're not that type of guy that's going to allow her to have this type of behavior. Number 3, allowing any sort of disrespect. Now, the problem is a lot of guys' mindset is they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to say anything that could make the girl not like them, and then they're going to lose them, and then they're going to be alone. But if you're operating from this mindset, this weak, simpy mindset, you're never going to have the proper frame for a girl to be fully attracted to you, to look at you as the leader, the dominant one, the one that's going to take care of her and make her feel safe, which ultimately is what a girl wants. You're operating from this scarcity mindset, and so you're walking on tiptoes, you're walking on thin ice because you don't want to say anything that would make her upset. But instead, the mindset you need to have is, she's lucky to be with a man like me. I'm confident in myself and I value myself and my respect.
I wouldn't even say lucky. I would just say I have stuff going for me as well. You want to say that we're equals, then we're equals. There's no point in me putting you up on a pedestal. Now, I can respect you and show you that I love you through the actions and the things that I give to you, but it doesn't make you any better than me. It doesn't make you the prize. I'm just showing you, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, basically. But too many modern women take this, like she said, they start disrespecting you. Oh, well, I'm talking to these other guys, or, I'm not messing around with you tonight. Nobody even asked you about that. Well, I know there's the expectation. Let me stop and ask you what you came here for. Because if I said to you, well, I'm not paying for you, right? You'd want to get up and leave. Oh, well, I don't deal with no brokey. Okay, then. Stop saying that stuff. And for women out here, just, if you tell me, oh, I'm seeing other guys. Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I think maybe you might want to go ahead and continue seeing which one of those fellas is right for you. And I'm just going to go ahead. I think we might as well go ahead and go our separate ways right now. If we can go ahead and get the check, I'll send you yours, or whatever and whatnot. Because we're not going to be doing that. And it's not being rude. It's making sure she understands whatever you got going on, you need to get it together.
I know that I have options. I have to operate from this abundant mindset. And that's why if she is disrespectful, if she does say anything and I set that boundary and she crosses that boundary, I am out. I see a lot of guys that can set the boundary, but then when she crosses the boundary, they don't walk away. And that is almost even worse than not setting boundaries at all, because now she knows this.
Oh, he can set boundaries, but they don't mean anything. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to this guy, and yeah, he says he doesn't like it, but there's no consequences.
And we all know when there is no consequences for actions, they just keep getting worse and worse, and the disrespect is going to be so bad, but there's nothing you can do. Your word does not matter because you don't stick to it. So if a girl disrespects you, you need to set a boundary.
Hey, I'm not okay with this. If it happens again, I'm out.
Super strict, super blunt boundary, but she knows where you stand. But if you said hey, I just don't really like this, it's a little, and you're not sure about yourself, or you're not sure about this boundary you're setting, she's not going to be sure about it. And she's probably just going to be like, yeah, okay, I don't really believe what he's saying.
No, she's sure about it. You don't have to be rude, or oh yeah, whatever, whatnot. Oh yeah, I'm not going to take, no, you can explain it. I don't know how I really feel about that. Just because of X, Y, and Z. And that's it. And leave it at that. You don't got to do a lot of talking. All of this, now I do agree with that. You don't got to do a lot of talking. It's well, I don't know how I really feel about that. And if she's not asking a question, well, what do you mean? Well, I just feel like if you're doing this, to me, this is what it seems like. And if you've got some sort of explanation for why, and we can work it out and solve it, then maybe. But the main thing is, this is something that I've set. And for you on your side, you got to think about why that boundary's there, right? Because sometimes people say things that they don't want, but then when they start speaking about it out loud, then it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know really why I believe that. So you have to make sure over and over again, it makes sense to you and you can articulate it, even if you have to practice saying that to yourself. Well, this is why, and this is what I believe. And yeah, I don't think I'm really comfortable with people who do that.
I talk about this all the time, but guys' superpower is being able to walk away. If a girl is being disrespectful, if you feel disrespected in the relationship, you need to set the boundaries, or if the boundaries are already set and she crosses those, you need to leave. Now, proper boundary setting is you don't want to be upset or angry because that's also coming from a weak place. You want to be calm, cool, collected, and you want to speak with authority. But at the same time, you want to come off respectful.
Hey, when you did this, I did not like it. It made me feel like this, and I would appreciate it if it doesn't happen again.
Simple, you set clear expectations. And if this is a girl that you've been seeing a while, you can even go one step further and say, hey, this is a boundary for me. It's really important. If it's crossed, I just can't be with someone that disrespects my boundary, and I will leave. That is very clear. And again, I can see a lot of you guys being like, why, I can't say that, I could lose her, and oh my god, like, but you're losing your self-respect. So what's worse?
Okay, so she came back and said, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. You don't got to be out there, be on the verge of power slamming somebody or oh, well, I don't like this. And no, this is what I felt about it. And for that reason, I don't know if that's something that's going to work for me.
Men, let's be honest for a second. The wrong woman can destroy your peace, your purpose, and your future. I'm about to break down 10 types of women you should never date or marry. Number 1, the woman who drags her stress home from work. Instead of love and softness, you get arguments and resistance. Number 2, single mom. You are never going to be her number 1. Her child always comes first, and the ex is usually still in the picture. Number 3, the teacher type. She corrects, lectures, and suddenly you are her student, not her man, and you are treated like a child. Number 4, jet setter. She looks glamorous, but her loyalty is in the skies, not in your home. Number 5, the gossip-driven attention seeker. If she thrives on drama and validation, you are always going to come second to that. Number 6, the Instagram lifestyle girl. Follows and likes become more important than you, and you're just going to be another background prop or somebody to take her selfie for her. Number 7, the obsession girl. Obsession with her hobbies or horses or coffee dates, whatever. You're always going to be second. Number 8, the divorced woman who has not healed yet from her trauma. Every fight feels like you're competing with her past. Number 9, the professional flirt. She knows how to perform, but can she respect and build with you? Doubt it. Number 10, the materialistic lifestyle chaser. She doesn't love men, she loves their wallet. And the second your money slows down, so does her interest. Now, ladies.
She said obsession in there. What's funny about it is that all of these women are going to expect you to chase. Like you're going to see later on in the video with Kevin Samuels, these modern women expect you to be obsessed with them. They expect to be able to disrespect you, to put you last, and you still say, oh yeah, that's fine. Cool. Why not? Doesn't matter to me. I'll spend all of my money, regardless of if you like me or not.
Men, don't just avoid the wrong woman. Look for the healed, put together, in shape, soft, feminine, nurturing woman who actually adds value to your life. Marriage can either make or break you. Choose wrong, lose your freedom. Choose right, and you'll build a legacy together. Here's the reality, okay? Women don't always tell you when they're done. They'll just show you. If you miss these signs, you are already being silently dumped. Number 1, the intimacy disappears. She doesn't want to kiss you. She doesn't want to sleep with you. She doesn't even want your hand on her leg. That warmth is gone. Number 2, she avoids you. Suddenly she's too busy. She's staying late at work. She's going out with friends more often. You've never even heard of these friends. Truth is, she doesn't want to be around you. Number 3, her body language. It turns hostile. She's cold, closed off, arms crossed, quick to snap. Even your presence irritates her. Number 4, she's making exit plans behind your back, looking at apartments, moving money, lining up the next chapter without even saying a word to you. Number 5, she becomes hypocritical. Every little thing you do is wrong. You can't win, and she makes you feel small, useless, unworthy of purpose. Her way of detaching. Number 6, out of nowhere, there are new friends, and let's be real, it's usually another man. She'll gaslight you like it's innocent. Oh, he's just a friend. But if she respected you, those conversations would not even exist. Communication dies. No good mornings, no checking in, no effort. She is silent because in her head, the relationship's over. She just hasn't left you yet. And the truth is, by the time you feel that shift, she is already emotionally gone. You are just the last one to catch on. Stop ignoring the red flags. Stop waiting until she's halfway out the door to wake up. If she is pulling away like this, it's not love anymore. It's a countdown until she leaves you. Don't be the guy left blindsided. Wake up, pay attention to the red flags because they matter.
The quality of men in London is making me question my sexuality. I can't remember the last time I had a crush or got like giggly and kicking my feet over a man. I don't want to keep ruling things off to the fact that I'm getting older, but I don't find anyone attractive anymore. I don't even know what my type is.
That's probably because her type doesn't want her, so she don't know who to pick. I don't know who wants me, but I don't know what to do now because I thought the man that I wanted, he for sure was gonna want me, and he don't.
So I've just turned 34 and I'm still single. And don't get me wrong, I am very happy. I live a very fulfilled life. I have lots of friends, family, I've got great hobbies. I'm very happy. But it is getting to the point now where I feel like I would love someone to help pay off my mortgage.
The reason why I don't trust men to be faithful in a relationship is not because I've been cheated on, but it's because I've been the girl that men have tried to cheat on their partners with. And these men have been colleagues and friends who I know are in relationships, and they know that I know they're in a relationship, and they've still tried to hit on me. And if they are that audacious and bold to be doing that, what are they doing when no one else is looking?
I don't know, probably 34, plotting and scheming, trying to figure out who's going to pay their mortgage like you are.
Every time I feel bad about being single and not married, I think about the fact that I know multiple people that are married that don't like to have sex with their husband. Like, they actively avoid it. So if you're ever feeling behind, just know a lot of these girls don't even want to sleep with their husbands. So count your blessings.
Another coping mechanism just to say that I'm not good enough. Just to say that I didn't make it. I missed the mark every single time. And so I look at the worst relationships because my friends, quite honestly and truly, I'm not going to say it because I think they're all 10s. But my friends, these modern women, they're just as trash as I am. They just managed to trick a man. They just managed to get a man to marry them. And now they're cutting up and acting up in marriage. So that's the relationships that I look at and I take as an example.
Why are you attracted to tall men?
Why are you attracted to tall men?
You can't control what you're attracted to.
In the same way that men are attracted to women with a low body count. But okay, why do you like... You can't control.
It's not the same thing, but
well, I think one of them stems from like a fundamental thing, and then the other one just
body
is like
count?
Biology.
Wait,
I think
which one?
biology.
Which one is which?
No,
Yes.
I don't agree. I think one is a social construct and the other is a physical trait.
And this is why men are not chasing after you guys, because y'all don't even seek to understand why a man would want that. Y'all just say, oh, it's something that doesn't matter. It's because a man's shallow.
I've wasted 5 fucking years of my life on a bitch with 4 kids with 3 men. Tell me why the fuck I thought I would be different. Fuck did I think a man with no kids, who's responsible with a good fucking job, would fucking be good enough for a bitch with 4 fucking kids. And she still doesn't fucking see it. And I've wasted the rest of my fucking life. I got no time left. I gave all my fucking time to a woman with a fucking bunch of kids that aren't mine. What a...
Once again, trying to step up, trying to be the good guy. Out here caught chasing something that you probably need to let alone. Let her go. But I want to be the good guy. I want my community, my network to see, hey, I'm not out here. I'm giving the woman that y'all say is trash, I'm giving her a chance. And she's out here being silly. That's why we be asking about body count. That's why we be asking about your track record.
I was talking to this guy and he's like, oh, what do you do for work? I'm like, yeah, I work in tech and I also host a podcast. He goes, oh my God, I'm going to get roasted on your podcast. You're going to talk about me, aren't you? I'm like, don't overestimate your importance. Your number isn't even saved. You're like maybe, and what iPhone thinks you are.
And yet here you are, talking about him. I mean, I think he was joking, but here you are, doing the very same thing that you're trying to make him feel like you're not going to do.
You're safe. I won't talk about you. Don't you worry.
And just look at how she talks, her accent.
And then he responds back and says, I love it. Put me in my place. Bring me down a notch or two. Exactly.
You know, when some of these women say this stuff, I wonder if it ever truly happened.
And then if don't let me be your girlfriend, and you know I'm soft as hell. I'm bathing you, feeding you, doing all the things. Literally, my last boyfriend, I bathed him every night. That was like our time to talk.
Okay.
Like,
Can
to
you
decompress.
elaborate on that a little bit? What do you mean
In the
bathing
tub.
him? Like
in
a tub.
He comes home, he walked through
And
the
you're
door, and there's
scrubbing
steak and
his
potatoes
shoulders.
waiting for you at the door. And then you eat your food, and then we go in the tub, the shower. And how was your day? How was your day?
I ain't gonna hold you. That's part of that, boy.
Lift your feet up.
Yo, ladies, take
Lift your
notes.
feet up.
I'm telling you.
He tells everybody, he's like, yeah, we didn't work out, but she treated me like a god.
I'm telling you, I've only had one girl who really would like my back. Beautiful timing.
I did it all.
Now, this is going to make a man want to chase you. This is going to make a man say, oh man, she's worth something, right? The woman coming up that Kevin Samuels is talking to is 47 years old, single mom, gets a PhD at the end of, her marriage, basically. And so now she thinks that she's worthy of a high value man. Now she thinks, oh, I'm too good for the man that does the trash. And she's thinking that men are going to want her. No, this is the type of woman that men are looking for.
Want to explain to me why guys who don't follow you and maybe find you in the For You page or suggested friends or something, they don't follow you, but they like your posts? Like, why are you liking my post? Do you want me to follow you? What are you doing? If you're gonna like my posts, what's the point of that? This is my private account.
I hope this lands on a potential someone's page.
Wait, you mean so they can like you and you think it's weird that they like it? Like that last one was complaining about? I still don't get what she's asking. The one with, you don't follow me, but I'm on your explore page. Yeah, I saw a post from you that I liked. That's what the explore page is for. Are you okay? Are you good?
If you ever see me out, guys, come and say hi. Come and talk to me. Or if you find me attractive, come and tell me. Because I don't fucking know. I can't read a room if I'm being honest. And I am too unapproachable. I can't come up and approach someone. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not paying for shit. I'm not going out of my way. I'm not defeminin myself for someone that's not worth it.
So instead of understanding how men are coming into these situations and how they feel, you say, I'm done. I don't want to take any more risk, but a man should.
Okay, so I've decided now that yes, I will sit pretty. Yes, you will pay to be in my presence. Yes, you will, get on your knees and kiss my feet, because that's the energy I'm giving right now. I can't believe I went on a date in ages and I paid for everything, guys. I picked him up. He actually asked to drive my fucking car, my Mustang. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Oh my God. I paid for the dinner. I paid for the drinks. I was driving and I dropped him home.
These modern women chase one Chad. They chase one Chad. And then the average men have to suffer for it. That's something that you did, that you decided to do. Knowing that that man was probably her type, and so she decided to go out all out. But when an average man comes by, a normal dude, then he's got to mortgage the house to get her attention.
Guys, hot take, but I could never date someone who didn't have a driver's license. I'm sorry, what do you mean you don't drive? What do you mean you can't drive a vehicle? So he could never pick you up anywhere. He could never drop you off anywhere. You'd always be the driver. Call me controversial, but I love nothing more than when you're absolutely steaming and you call a boy to come pick you up and then you go to McDonald's and they're driving you around smash. I love it. I think it's so fun.
One of those Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook groups, and this woman posted a screenshot oh my God, look at this guy. He's such a stalker. It's giving stalker status. And she posted the images, and it is the most basic Hinge message you've ever seen in your life, where the guy is just hey, how are you? And a day later, he was hey, how are you doing? And asks some further questions. And I'm just he's being polite. He's initiating. What the fuck else do you want?
Well, as we saw with the lady in the last clip, mad about the man not being able to drive, modern women want to be the passenger princess. God forbid I have to drive him around somewhere. God forbid I got to pick him up. I want him to come pick me up and ferry me around town. I want him to pick me up and take me shopping, take me out for froyo. I want him to pick me up and go get me some yummy bite to eat. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for a man that's going to do all of that stuff, literally be obsessed with them. Man, stop what he's doing, cut out all the stuff that he had to do, and come chase you around town. Come sniff behind around you. That's what they're looking for. And so a basic date, a basic Hinge message to them now looks like bare minimum effort because their standards are ludicrous.
If you weren't interested to the point that like him just saying how are you is giving you the ick, why did you swipe? I've posted before asking like, why do men get into long-term committed relationships with women that they're not attracted to? And now I'm seeing that women kind of do the same thing. Like, why are you swiping on someone who you're so not into that them simply asking how are you is like setting you off?
The other day, I went out with someone and he said one of the meanest things that someone has ever said to me, telling him all about how I started writing again and I started getting back to creating content. And I just feel like so fulfilled by it. And I know that I want to help women feel less alone, being single and romanticizing their lives. And I've just been trying to build this platform here on TikTok and on Instagram. And he looks at me and he goes, you need to stop daydreaming and you need to make that a hobby, and that just can't be a viable career path for you. And I came to the realization that, I mean, like, it's true, you need to make a living doing something, but I came to the realization that people are just living in this world with their own insecurities and their own shit that they're dealing with, and they're just projecting it onto.
So he told you the truth and you got mad. That's essentially what well, he was right. You do have to have something else. He was right. You told you the truth and you're upset about it.
Other people.
Update 2 days later. So we met a couple days ago and talked at our usual cafe. As soon as I walked in, she seemed really awkward and fidgety. Not a second after I sat down, she blurted out an apology for snapping and storming off, as well as all the things that were said from her and by our mutual friends. I was about to apologize as well. However, she told me I didn't need to apologize for anything, and she had to really tell me something, and asked me to just keep an open mind. Confused, I nodded. She told me that she wasn't exactly honest with me for a while and that she's been lying to me. Turns out she never had a boyfriend. You guys were right. Turns out that she has liked me for a long time now.
I called it!
But because of how long we've been friends, she didn't know how to bring it up. Mutual friends decided to help her out. Everyone was in on this! And cook up a story about her having a boyfriend to test the waters and see if I would be jealous and awaken my feelings and fight for her. This is becoming a TV drama. No wonder I knew next to nothing about the boyfriend.
So basically, instead of communicating effectively like modern women want men to do, you decide to go through all of these back channels.
She was trying to spin the story that she was keeping our friendship a secret as to, in her words, keep the door open for me. She started hinting that her boyfriend started getting nosy and a little jealous of how much we talk, as to start stirring the pot with me.
Dude.
However, that had literally the opposite effect. As soon as I started trying to help her fix her boyfriend issue, she thought it was a good sign and we could start broaching the topic of relationships. I know this sounds convoluted as F, and I'm just as confused as y'all are.
It really just gives you insight as to how these modern women are thinking. I'm with a man. I'm telling you I'm with him. I'm trying to make you jealous. And what I want to do while we're here is I want to start talking about relationships so I can possibly say, well, he doesn't treat me right. That's when you come in and say, well, I could treat you better. I break up with him. I jump from one tree branch to another one seamlessly. I get on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media outlet I want, and I start bashing him and telling him how terrible he is while simultaneously sharing a photo, hard launching, if you will, our relationship. Friends and family that I've been secretly telling this to for a few months now will like it. They will say congratulations. They will hype us up as if we are the best, most majestic couple on earth, as if we're like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. That's what I'm looking for. All of the drama, all of the attention, all of the validation. But what a man sees is she's not loyal. She's manipulative. She's deceptive, conniving. And why would I want to be with a person like that?
Though from my perspective, she flatly refused any of my suggestions to assuage her imaginary boyfriend's jealousy. So I just suggested to her that we should tone us down a bit. This apparently frustrated her, and that led to her blow up. She vented to her friends, and they pestered me a bit. Idiots. Telling me I'm throwing away something good and all that. That's when some comments from our mutual started making even more sense. At that point, I just had a blank expression, trying to dismantle the most complicated pickup attempt of my life. So I just asked her, what in her right mind would make this entire setup even remotely work in the real world? Crickets. She just apologized again for all this drama and was bold enough to ask if we can be an item, or at the very least, go back to how things were. At this point, I just felt a rolling headache and was still processing everything. Still am, really. I just told her I need some space for now to consider this fiasco.
I basically lost my boyfriend to manosphere content. And that was the beginning of the end. I didn't know it though. One day, I came home. I was in my vanity room. Okay, I have a room just for myself with my clothes and my makeup. In that room, I have a TV. One day, my ex, he comes in my room where I'm decompressing, mind you. And he goes on my TV and he says, baby, I want you to watch this creator with me, okay? And I said, oh, okay, because at this point, me and him have been together for about a good 3 years. So I feel like when he was suggesting content to me, it's because he thought that I also might enjoy it. So I said, oh, okay, what type of content does he make? And he says, well, he comes on his platform and he invites women on there and he basically argues with them. And I shit y'all not, the first question that came out of my mouth after he said that was, is he gay? Because in my mind, I don't know an actual real man who goes out about his way to argue with a woman.
Well, you're exhibiting exactly what Kevin Samuels would say. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The man was coming to you at that point in time, which is probably why y'all ended up breaking up. He was coming to you with this because he felt like there was a message there. But you started trashing it without even listening to it. So many times y'all want a man to give y'all a chance. Well, just listen to it. Here's a reel that expresses my feelings. But when a man says, well, this is what I'm feeling sometimes, whether it's right or whether it's wrong, can we discuss it? I want to know what you think. And you automatically start talking stupid.
Tell her about herself. Because in my reality, okay, that don't happen. I didn't grow up with men who were around me that did that type of shit. And the ones that did do that type of shit, they were gay. So that's why I asked that question. He starts to laugh and he's like, nah, he's not gay. It's just that he likes to debate. He likes to go back and forth with the women and tell them how they're wrong. And I was like, okay, just go ahead and put it on. This motherfucker gonna put on Kevin Samuels. Mind you, I did not know who the hell he was at that point. And most people didn't know who he was at that point because he didn't blow up yet. He puts him on. And mind you, I'm just listening because I'm not watching. I'm taking off my makeup and shit. I'm hearing the content. I'm just like, I look at my ex at one point. I'm just like, can you take him off my TV, please? So my ex just starts to laugh and he's like, oh, well, you don't like him? I'm like, hell no, I don't like him. And then I start to like question him, like, why the fuck would I like him? So fast forward, me and my ex get into an argument. So we get into this fight and basically he asked me, why I wouldn't do something, like, or why I wasn't like taking him serious or paying attention to him about some shit he was trying to say. I can't really remember, but I told him I cannot take you seriously because you don't pay any of my fucking bills. That's why I'm not taking shit that you're saying seriously.
So no, Kevin Samuels, Red Pill didn't break up your relationship. Your attitude did. This is a great example of foreshadowing. The man walks in, he says, hey, listen to this. You say, I don't want to listen to that. Consequently, it happens to be a man holding women accountable. It happens to be a man saying, this is why men are checking out. This is why men are walking away. Because this is the way that women act in relationships. And then sometime later, y'all get into an argument. He says, why are you not taking me seriously? Well, because you don't pay any bills. Bingo. Bingo. Maybe if you would have listened to Kevin Samuels back then, you wouldn't have been in that relationship. Or you wouldn't have been in that situation and your relationship ending. And so I guess in that way, Red Pill did actually ruin your relationship because you didn't listen to it when you needed to.
All right. What do you got for me?
So, yeah, I wanted to know, I'm 47. I've been married, but I'm divorced. I have a 15-year-old son. And I want a high value man.
Why?
Oh, that's a great question.
What is?
The why is, first, I hope you don't eat me for this, but I feel like I deserve it. I feel worthy.
Huh, that's nice. What makes you deserve somebody else's money?
It's more about his energy. And so.
What?
I think.
It's more about it's more about an energy?
Energy.
No, excuse me, man. Hold on, man. We don't pay mortgages and credit card bills energetically. We pay those out of money market accounts, checking accounts, hard currency. Don't give me energy.
Okay.
Give me reality.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the question was, why am I deserving of his money?
Yeah, at 47 years old.
Ooh, that's such a good question.
Because you got to realize at 47, the man starts working at 18. 29 years. 29 years. That he's been working towards this. You're 47 and you have a kid, right? And so now he's saying, with all of the stuff that I've worked for, I'm going to have to start providing for this person. And Kevin is saying, well, what makes you worthy of what he's worked for darn near 30 years? And that's just from 18 to a high value man at 49, right? Or excuse me, 47. That man might be older than you. You like older men. So that man might be, let's say on average, the person is within 2 or 3 years of your age. So if he's 50 and 18, that's 32 years he's been working. Now, if that man started working, let's say he got a summer job, 16. Let's say summer job. Okay, summer. Let's say summer, 3 months. Another 3 months. I'll leave it at that, right? 50 minus, let's say 18, 32. I'll say 32 and a half years. A little bit better, or closer to 33. But what I'm trying to say is he's been working for almost 3 decades. 3 decades of work. And I'm just going to give it away. Modern women, that's what Kevin's asking. Modern women think because of energy, you should just be willing to bet the farm, bet the ranch, bet whatever. Just give it all the way to me based on energy.
No, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you go to graduate school?
Yes.
Master's? PhD?
Working on PhD right now.
I'm a PhD.
Right. And your ex-husband did what?
Oh gosh, my ex-husband was he was a junkyard
pizza delivery. Yeah. Isn't that something? Yeah. So now you expect at almost half $100 to just get a high value man after dating Fred Sanford.
I rebuke.
Have you ever heard of World Star Hip Hop?
Yes.
You have?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Have you ever heard of World Star Hip Hop?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Well, you will.
I'll make you famous.
Are you trolling me or are you being dead ass serious?
So no, I'm being dead ass serious.
I know, and it's sad. Why? Why at half 100 years old do you deserve why do you deserve, I don't know why anybody deserves anything, but why do you at half 100 deserve a high value man when your husband was a junk dealer?
Yeah.
I'm not understanding.
Well, help me understand what I'm not understanding.
It's pretty simple to understand. You decided that your man who worked in this lowly job after you're working on your PhD, he's not enough for you. And so now you want to leave him, who's probably been working for years to provide and support for you, But because you getting your little higher education, that all of a sudden he's not enough and I need a high value man. What?
Who's your child's father?
My ex-husband.
That's as high as you get.
What do you?
That's as high as you get.
And that's based on your research?
No, it's based on what I'm talking to. It's based on most people. Why should a man come after you, older, more used, and pay more than a man that you gave the highest honor a woman can give a man?
I see.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps because maybe he has already done the same thing.
No, but he can go get a younger version.
But why would he?
Because it's better.
Who says who?
Says an older man than says a man my age. I wouldn't touch you when I can get a 26-year-old you without the kid.
But you wouldn't get the experience, or you wouldn't get the wit or the wisdom.
Yeah. I don't want to experience. I don't want to eat shit, but that's a meal that's been experienced.
Ooh.
So yeah. Good. Ooh, yeah. See, I want my filet. I want to eat my own filet. I don't want someone else to eat it. Then I go get the shit. That's experience.
I will reject it, but I won't take it because I know you can't necessarily reject me. But it feels like, gosh, come on, Kevin.
What? Why do I'm being honest? Why do you need a high value man as a postmenopausal woman?
I didn't say need.
Well, why do you want one? If you didn't want one in your prime, listen, ma'am, let's be realistic. In your prime, when you had birthing years ahead of you, womb left in your womb, new experiences and magic of a new woman, why did you not need a high value man then? But now when you're almost half 100, when there's nothing new, why do you need those resources and experience?
Can I tell you?
Yes, please.
Well, I've always wanted it. Youth. But because I was born in the projects, the ghettos of Chicago, a lot of trauma, I didn't have a value of myself. So I projected that. I didn't think I was worthy of someone like you or with the caliber of man that you are. So I didn't attract that.
I feel like this is just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. A man that's doing honest work, he's not the same caliber as a Kevin Samuels because he doesn't make the same money that Kevin Samuels made. This is how women think. Oh, you don't make as much money as me. You're not worth my time. Or you don't have a degree like me. You don't have the highest level of education and academia as me. You're not worth my time. Oh, you don't have the energy or the fashion sense that I do, so you're not worth my time. And then somebody like Kevin has to come along and say, well, you're not worth my time. You see how that works? You want to move on from him thinking you can get me, but why would I want you? And you've already, well, it's the experience. Like he said, the experience of somebody chewing up my food and then spitting it out and giving it to me. Yeah, here, this is good enough for you. What? It sounds harsh, but it's the reality of the situation. Why would I want that? For what?
We attract what we are.
Precisely.
So, ma'am, where in the world do men who are quote unquote high value, okay, choose older women as the default setting after they have their value proposition in order? Where has that ever happened in the history of mankind?
I mean, Lisa
Nichols. Where?
Lisa Nichols just got married.
Ma'am, I said as the default setting.
Well, I can't answer that question precisely. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, no, you can't. Okay. So Again, where in the world throughout history do men who are high value, choose older women as their default setting for mates after they have already become high value?
I would just probably say nowhere.
Why?
Perhaps because they have options.
Which are?
Younger women.
Yes, because a younger woman can actually give their end of the social contract. Fertility, youth, exclusive access to their womb for my time, attention, and resources. That's the deal. You have already given your fertility, youth, exclusive access to your womb to another man. You should still be mated and bonded to that man, going off into the sunset and dying with him. That's how human beings have always worked. But now we're telling we have women your age range saying, I want now a man who is higher value than the man for whom I chose to have a child and give life to. That would be a bad deal for that man, because he couldn't even get a child from you.
You know what? Thank you, because now I could just accept the fact that it wasn't my call this time in life, right? That I just didn't I didn't do it. It's almost like,
my question is, it doesn't even make logical sense to want a man of high value at your age. What is wrong with a man of average value?
Kevin.
Yes.
That could be a harsh reality. I'll say that.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
Let me think about that. Maybe because
if you had simply a high school diploma, would you still want a high value man today?
No.
Thank you. You're basing your want of a man based upon your educational attainment and your so-called socioeconomic value. And that is not how it has ever worked for women.
She's essentially, and this is what modern women get mad at men for, because they say men do it in droves. You're trying to trade that man in for a better car. Well, I've been with this hoopty for a long time, and this hoopty has gotten me through some good years. I've given this hoopty my best. I put money into it. I've blood, sweat, and tears. And Old Faithful is coming to an end. It's got too many miles on it, so I'm going to swap it out for a newer model. Except in this situation, you're just a trash man. you're a lowly blue collar worker, and so now I need a Rolls Royce, right? I've got the money for a Rolls Royce, and that's what I'm going to get. Instead of just taking the money that you now have and investing it back into your car, getting the things fixed, get a new paint job, because that thing is taking you from point A to point B, and there's really nothing wrong with it. It still works. AC blows cold. There's just some dings here and there that you need to get fixed, and now you have the money to get it. But instead, what you want to do is you want to go get a totally brand new car out of your price range. Well out of your price range. Now, it'd be one thing if that car was just breaking down on you. Left and right, tires always popping, AC always going out, the engine blowing head gaskets here and there. I need a new car. And that would be the same thing or similar to a man always putting his hands on you, not sharing the finances or the state of whatever it is that you need to know with you, really not being a good man. Well, at that point in time, I'm going to need to trade you in for a better model, right? Somebody who can actually do the job. But what you're saying is this car still runs, and it runs good. It fantastic, smooth. Like I said, got a few dings. As soon as I get my check, I'm going to fix that. And it could be a good car, fantastic car for the next 20, 30 years. That's all you need. The car didn't lasted you in your entire lifetime. But once again, like I said, modern women, they want oh, well, this car is good, but I think I'm ready for an upgrade. Well, you don't have the money for that type of upgrade. You don't have that money. You don't have the money to afford this car. Well, I think because I'm a good person, you should just discount the price and give it to me. What? No, absolutely not.
Your sexual marketplace value is your looks, your physicality, and your womb. That is how it has always been. But you just proved that because you have a piece of paper, you think that increases your value. And women are often trying to get men to value their things that we don't value and experience.
I didn't say that. I never said that.
Well, if you had a high school diploma, the assumption is that you think your degree and your experience makes you more valuable to a man.
And I think the personal growth and development and some of the childhood inner wounds that I've healed make me better. I think the fact
we want women who don't have any of that.
Well,
we don't want women who don't have, no, see, ma'am, see.
And another thing, this is what modern women be doing. They be looking a certain way, acting a certain way during the marriage, but then they want to go out and give, they be complaining about men doing this. They want to go out and give another man who hadn't had to put up with all that other stuff the best part of themselves. Well, now he's going to get a woman with a PhD. He's going to get a woman that's running 2 or 3 businesses and making money. He's going to get a woman that is in the best shape of her life. That man done been with you for God knows how many years. All those childhood wounds that you didn't fixed, he didn't have to deal with those childhood wounds until right now. Imagine if y'all have been married for even the average 8 years. Say y'all got married, let's say y'all got married 10 years ago at about, 37. Wow, maybe we need to go back even further. Let's say y'all got married at 30. Y'all had your kid. He's been putting up with your nonsense for about 15, 16, 17 years. And now you want to say, well, now that I'm better, I'm about to bounce. What?
Tell me where you're going to find one of those.
It's just called 25.
Well, no, that's not.
No, it's called 20. No, it's called 20. See what you're basically, listen. No, don't. Well, first off, check that. Right. First off, check that shit. Check that shit smooth, because you cannot make men be shamed for who we are. Don't get upset that you got your shit together at $100.
Not upset.
Whatever it is, you got yourself together at now. Why, if you were this at 23, maybe. But now the story is now men are bad because we don't want to deal with the scarred up. See, you got scars and scabs over the wounds. We don't want scars or scabs. We want smooth ass skin because somebody else put those marks there. We don't want the marks another man put on there. The only marks we want on you is maybe the ones we put on there, because at least we know what we're fucking paying for. Oh. So if your son, right?
Yes.
Your son, you'd want him to become a high value man.
I do.
And then you'd want him to date a woman 47 years old with scars and scabs and everything else. Oh, a 27-year. Huh? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for playing.
And they know good and well that's not what they want. They want that for themselves because they think that their situation is different. It's not. A man don't want to deal with that. And you want to try to shame the man. He does not want to deal with that. Period. It's my money. You want me to spend my money on foolishness, and men are tired of doing that.